Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to tell you how I would reboot these Spider-Man movies. Basically, if Sony or whoever's in charge of Spider-Man were to give me full creative control of what to do, the story, directing, everything, I'll tell you like how I'd make it from start to finish. And if you're new to this type of video, I've done another video called my prediction of what I thought was going to happen, so you can check that out before you watch this one. Anyway, let's get on with the film. So the film starts, you have the intro, the Marvel logo, everything, and then what would happen is you'd have these thugs, and these thugs would like sneak around the corner, and then they'd break into a convenience store. Then like, okay, let's empty all the registers, let's go. And then what you'd see is this big giant Spider-Man symbol light up on all of the thugs, and then they'd be like, hey look, it's Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man would say like a witty remark like, what, you couldn't already tell from my giant symbol on you guys? And then, he'd like webbing them up, wrap them all up, leave a little note for the police to find it, from your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, he's feeling pretty good about himself. He used to struggle a lot, when he was Spider-Man, but now, things are coming a lot easier. He's actually, figuring out how to be Spider-Man a lot better, and things are going a lot good. I mean, like, J. Jonah Jameson still says that Spider-Man's a menace, but oh well, what are you gonna do about it? He comes home, and he has Mary Jane over at his place.
Is it me, or is this awkward?
Right, because things weren't complicated enough.
And she already knows his secret. She knows that he's Spider-Man, and it's kind of cool that you kind of have like this working dynamic. I don't know what age Peter would be. It definitely wouldn't be 15. I mean, we've already seen the origin story in a lot of other movies and TV shows and everything, so there wouldn't be an origin story, but Uncle Ben would definitely be a central part of this character. I mean, maybe we'd have Uncle Ben, a scene where he talks to Uncle Ben about how things are going. He says, I'm trying my best, but, things don't go so well. Maybe do some school stuff where Flash is trying to bully him and then he just like completely dodges it because of his Spider-Man stuff. Or maybe he would take it because he knows that if he doesn't, then people would find out that he's Spider-Man. And then for a villain, I think for the villain I would do Sandman, because I feel like we kind of maybe got gypped in Spider-Man 3 because of Venom's plotline and everything, so we didn't really get time to really dig deep into Sandman. So how I would do Sandman is maybe he's a thug, and then he goes into the machine and he becomes Sandman. Maybe he works with like Hammerhead or the Enforcers or Osborn, some big higher up that's gonna set up future movies or something, or it could just be nothing and just leave this as a standalone movie. Basically, he transforms into Sandman, and then Spider-Man and Sandman fight it out. Sandman basically is beating him up. Spider-Man doesn't know what to do, but then he kind of outsmarts Sandman somehow. Maybe he puts water on Sandman and Sandman turns to mud, and then he manages to get out of that one. And he's like, we have a scene where he's like doing the laundry. He's like just washing his suit in the bathtub. He's got the door locked. Maybe he's with MJ. Maybe he's just by himself. He's like, oh my god, I hate sand. Why do I have an enemy that has sand powers? Oh, I hate this, or whatever. So that way we can like see more of into the life of this character, at home, and doing stuff. Maybe Sandman would kind of come back multiple times. Yeah, maybe we'd get it. So one of the confrontations that Spider-Man has with Sandman is Sandman's trying to go into a bank, and because Sandman has these powers where he can go into as sand through like the vents and stuff, and he can get into the vault. Maybe he has little bombs inside of the sand, so that way he attaches it to like a brick wall, and then he explodes the wall, and then basically this giant truck can go in and basically unload the money or the gold bricks or whatever would be in the vault into the truck, and then they would get away, and then maybe the cops would come after them, and then Spider-Man, would come swinging, and then we'd have like the music, and then like he goes trying to like fight Sandman, and Sandman's like, oh come on, you keep ruining this for me. And then Spider-Man's like, no, you're doing this for yourself, man. I mean, you're the one that's like trying to rob a bank. I'm just trying to, enforce the rules. Maybe like the truck's going out of control and people are gonna get hurt, and maybe Spider-Man's trying to like steer the truck so no one gets hurt. You know, stuff like that. Maybe they fight, and then eventually Spider-Man would just like stop it, but the truck would do like a flip, and then it would like crash. I mean, luckily no one would get hurt. Maybe there's some fire. There's fire. He goes to look into the truck. Sandman is just, he's gone because he's sand. But then the other guy, he's in the van. He's like trying to get away, and then he like he grabs him, got him, and he's like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "None of your business." And then like smoke goes out, and then Spider-Man's like, and he can't find him anymore. I don't know. The Daily Bugle, we'd have scenes with the Daily Bugle. We'd have J. Jonah Jameson, and this one looks like how you would expect him to have. He has like the cool gray hair. He's got like the cool stash. He's got like the flat hair on top. "Parker, did you get me new pictures of Spider-Man?" And he's like, yeah, here, JJ, I got. "Well, these are still crap, but you know what? We'll have to use it." I can't really think of any other things to add to the movie just now off the top of my head. But we'd have like a final battle with Sandman. And I don't know, they're fighting in a big construction place with a bunch of crane, kind of like nighttime. Actually, maybe we wouldn't make it nighttime because a lot of movies do it at nighttime. Maybe we do it in the morning or in the daylight. And then they're basically fighting in this unsafe construction zone. Sandman is like making his fists into giant shapes and pounding on Spider-Man. He's shooting web at the metal rods or whatever is at the construction place, kind of whacking Sandman with it. Nothing's doing it. He's looking around. He sees that there's actually a concrete truck, and he webs that up and puts it on there, but it's not going to harden right away, of course. So he's like trying to think, how is he going to harden it? And he somehow does. I don't know, maybe they have like a big battle, something big happens, and maybe they have like a power dampening thing so he can't have his powers. And then he goes to jail, and he's with MJ at home, having a good day. And yeah, that's the end of my film. And my film is called Spider-Man Gangland. So maybe like there'd be like gangs.
Double time. See you, chump.